wait for Mama in the bed, on the bed? Okay, you want. Okay. I don't want to.
Alright. Yeah. On. Dip. Hello. Alright, worked. This is on. Everything's on. Hooray. I know how to push a button correctly. Okay.
I figured you'd be sick of drills by now. Hopefully our training exercises will be more interesting than what they've had you doing at the academy.
Shipyard start is not what I wanted. Paris, crossbow, Area 51, missile shadow start. Ocean lab 4. Yeah, let's do that one. Go.
I've got a bogey, no ID. Definitely somebody.
How long? For a moment I thought like I did not put the correct amount of super jumps in, but it's two. All good. Okay, missile shallow. Missile side.
Control room is underground.
What?
The security code we have is
Why didn't that work?
8456, but that's an old piece of trivia from our days at Area 51. I doubt it still works on all of the doors.
Jesus Christ. Too early. Explosion did not reach the boss. This. That sounded good. Alright. And the commercial starter thing is gone. Go. Did it play? I didn't hear it. Wait. I'll see your hot zaggy. Okay, wait.
Was? Was?
It is playing,
Was
but
war
I can't
das
hear
denn?
it.
Warum konnte er auf
Whatever
einmal nicht
it
mehr
is.
springen?
I'm not sure. Hang on, let me check my audio. Monitoring disable Windows audio ducting. Oh, what is this? Why can't I hear trigger fire? Monitor and output. That is what's supposed to be on, right? Right? Jesus Christ. Like, I have sound effect and I can't hear myself. This is so stupid. Is this audio ducking? Or do I need to... Hang on. I don't know what I'm doing. Don't worry. No. Okay, I'll put it back to the previous settings. Because at least you can hear it. And then, I don't know. I need to ask Sui. Because he figured it out last time. Or I can just check the dialogues. Ah, man. Nope. I don't hear anything. Okay. This is annoying, but nothing I can do right now. I will probably need to restart OBS, and I will not do that. So let's just roll with it for now. Man, it's super annoying.
Heads up, JC. Your brother Paul is on his way. NSF everywhere, JC. Your orders are to
Forgot to
shoot
bring
on
myself
site.
some tea.
The
What the
UNATCO
heck?
informant on the north
Ah yes,
gets you
Twitch.
inside
I
the
totally
statue.
want the
Look
complete
for a bomb.
pop-up
Identify
over
yourself
all
with
of my
the phrase,
windows.
Iron and copper. If you want to make a covert approach, remember the Academy
Like,
stealth course.
I have
Stand
literally,
in their field of view,
September is
walk slowly
over,
to
but
stay
hey, you can
quiet,
still
and
gift
crouch
stuff
behind cover.
pop up, and it's like literally over half the screen, so I can't reach chat now. It's like, great. Good job. Oh, and now it vanished. Okay. At least it removed itself automatically without me doing anything. So that makes me already happy.
Heads up, JC. Your brother Paul is on his way to...
Boop.
NSF everywhere, JC. Your orders are to shoot on site.
I also missed my
The
chance to
UNATCO
get some tea.
informant on the north dock
I'll do
gets
it
you
in the
inside
next
the
reset.
statue. Look for a bomb.
Fine.
Identify yourself with the phrase iron and copper. If you want to make a covert approach, remember the Academy stealth course. Stand in their field of view, walk slowly to stay quiet, and crouch behind
Nice.
cover. Or if you have to get your hands dirty, remember that a headshot is a lethal takedown.
Good evening, Glazed. What's up? How are you doing? How's it going?
Check in with man.
Come on in.
Didn't
The retinal
win,
scanner
didn't
can read blood
lose.
vessel patterns right through your sunglasses.
Suibot, what you doing?
Remember that Mr. Manderley wants to see you.
Wrong button.
Level 2. His
Where's
secretary,
Suibot?
Janice Reed, has your login
Triggered.
and password. Before the briefing, you've
So
got to go to
your
level
bot became sentient. Just wanted to let you know. Thank you. So what, man? Jesus, I haven't heard that in ages.
That was a close one up there.
Good old times. Oh yeah, Sui, the trigger fire sound broke again, and I have no clue why. Like, I remember we put the monitor your own stuff thing on. We did, and now I cannot hear it. I hear, or not I hear, I don't hear anything, which is the issue. But I see that trigger fire is having the, what is it called? Like the meters showing that there's audio coming through. But I don't hear it. I don't know if you hear it on stream though. I hope you hear it on stream. Two. It's on stream. Okay, that is good to hear. At least it's good. At least it's working there. But I don't know what the issue or what the problem is that it's not working on my own device. Also, I was wondering to, or not wondering, I was thinking of getting one of those small audio mixers for myself, because the problem is I can hear myself through this mic, this small one. But it's pretty bad, because depending on the volume I put on my headset, I hear myself quieter or louder. And if I put this higher, obviously the games will be ridiculously loud, and I don't like that. So I was thinking of maybe using this mic instead, but I don't know how that works. Or, well, I know that it works, but I would need to look how to set it up and whatnot. But I have no idea how other mixes work at all, so that's gonna be fun. You raised beloved box. I'm the boxer, right?
The NSF terrorists
XLR. What is this? This is a USB thing, right? The rotor thing. I think it is USB. I have no idea.
We're getting reports of a hostile
Yeah, I have no idea how
situation in
mixes
the
work.
Dawn
Yeah, don't
Hotel,
worry.
which is
I know
the
some people who
southeast
know
corner
how
of the
mixes
block.
work.
When you stayed with Paul,
In,
did you meet
I
Mr.
mean,
Renton
in the
and
end,
his
I can
daughter
use it
Sonia?
also as an opportunity to just figure out how to set up stuff. But the problem is, I at least need to know which one to get for the starter. Like a small one is completely fine for my own setup. Just a daily practice? I mean, I'm doing some attempts right now. So, since I have time, oh goddammit. It's okay. Will be fixing itself later on anyways. Like after this, when we smoke some cigarette. But yeah, I'm doing some daily runs before going to bed and chilling with wife. Got back home late since we decided to visit my parents' place. Because I have throwing knives, I'm an idiot. Yeah, my inventory is gonna be booked, but it's gonna be fine. I can make it work. But yeah, I also did a run of Deus Ex on Saturday. Hey Noyuki, what's up? How are you doing? How's it going? On Saturday at the Polaris, which is like a convention in Hamburg with gaming, anime, and YouTube content, or YouTube and content creators, and they had like speedrunning there. So that was pretty cool. Like a lot of German people I never know, and I felt kind of bad because we got VIP tickets as speedrunners. We had to give them back. I'm still roasted for hack games. Don't worry. Just be me. Don't have a hack game at all. Did you give a shot to Silent Hill remake? No, I have never played the original, so I don't even know if I will like it. And I'm not gonna buy it for now because I'm stingy with my money, and there are so many other games I would play before that. Just chilling as a new semester started, and the first weeks are always relaxing. Yeah, my little brother started now studying as well, so he's going to uni. But yeah, like, Polaris, pretty cool. Really enjoyed it. As said, I got VIP badges, and then allowed you to go to VIP areas or content creator areas. And I just wanted to go there for food, and apparently there were some super big shots, and I have no idea who they are. I felt like a bit bad. Like, a friend of mine who is like a movie regisseur, he knew all of them, and he works with them, and I was like, I have no idea who they are. But it was kind of cool because they started talking with me since, well, I was hanging out with him, and then we're like, hi, I'm this guy, and hi, I'm this guy, and you didn't hear about me, and I'm like, sorry, nope. I'm too much in my niche group as myself. Kind of felt bad, but oh well. Basic of it, but just appreciate the sound design. 14 out of 10. Yeah.
Carry on, Agent.
Played through last week.
I cannot wait forever.
Yes, sir.
Biggest issue of it, Unreal Engine. Oh wait, why is Unreal Engine 5 a problem? Sui, can you go into details? Like, is it the lightning, is it the performance, or what exactly is the issue? Because it sounds weird saying that Unreal Engine 5 is the issue without giving further context. Memory allocation. Okay. So what exactly does that mean? So it's like memory leak problems, or too much memory, too little memory? I haven't done software development in a while, so I'm not entirely sure what that means, honestly. I just do web stuff. And my stuff is, hey, move this box further to the left by 1 pixel, because designer. Or like the recent ticket, hey, make every button round. And then literally my coworkers are like, oof, that's gonna be hard. It will take 3 days, and I'm like, Are you fucking kidding? It's gonna be 2 hours maximum to just check everything and get special things in, but oh well, I don't care. I quit, so I'm like whatever. There's a lot of VRAM, but doesn't seem to delocate it quickly, and it seems to just keep stuff in memory until it starts running out of VRAM. Okay, I see. So it's using a lot of GPU power, so it makes it lag or just like your or use more of your power of your PC when necessary. I assume. Did I get that correctly? Yes. No. Find out in the next episode. Oh, Planky has no idea how memory allocation works anymore. Unreal is always loves to heat up. Okay. Love to heat up our office when I was working QA for games. Jesus Christ, that doesn't sound good. Yeah. Okay, whatever. Yeah, this was not good anyways. Also, your Wachist. What's up? Also, what do you mean I do 2016 strats? I do the up-to-date strat. Did you even know that Hong Kong strats came after 2016 when Maxon came in 2018 or something? What are you talking about, sir? Do your homework, Mr. Dr. Wachist, who doesn't know his shit. Unbelievable. Shit talks me and then doesn't know stuff. And then he calls himself a doctor. Can't even rescue people. Did you just call me old? Oh. Okay, actually, speaking of old, do you wanna... This is what we remember from in the first place. Okay, so the FPS dropped. Okay, you wanna hear something funny? So we have like a new guy coming for training. Like, he just did some training before, like some martial arts, and he was like, oh yeah, I want to try martial arts in your club and this and that. And he was talking with my little brother. And then he was like, oh yeah, you guys do private... By the way, you guys do private courses for martial arts? Because now I'm older and it's gonna be tough to keep up, so I will need to do some more intense training. And then my little brother was like, no, we don't do private courses, and how old are you even? And the guy is like, oh yeah, I'm 36. And like, my little brother started laughing. And then I just hear him from the distance, yeah, we don't do private courses, and don't worry about your age, my brother here is 32 and he can still do a split. And I'm hearing it, I'm like, what? Why am I mentioned? And then I asked him and he said like, oh yeah, he said he's old, and I said you're also old. I'm like, yeah, thank you, you fucker. I'm telling mom.
That was a close one up there.
It's not... Slowly, please.
What's that?
That become older is pain. They sent me a letter and be like, hey, you're older now and have no kids? Well, now we want 12 euros more from you. Jesus Christ. Oh yeah, I also got a fun letter. It said like, oh hey, you have 2 kids going to kindergarten and we're going longer to kindergarten. Give us 500 euros. And I'm like, fuck, okay. I think I unlocked something in Sui. That... How am I supposed to say that? I'm not sure if I should be worried about that or should congratulate Sui about that, but yeah, okay. Give us 500 euros for what? Basically, how it works in Germany, like, depending how much money you earn, you get put into a certain class. So, like, yes, it sounds weird, but like, we have like 15 classes, and depending how much you earn, you get into the higher class. And depending on your income, you get into that class, and then you need, depending how far you go, you need to pay the money to the government to support those who cannot pay for it at all because they're not earning enough. So if you're under a certain level, you can go for free into kindergarten with your kids. It doesn't matter how many and how long, you just basically can send them in for free. But because I'm earning a lot of money as a software developer, I have to pay for it, so that is also fine. So last year my oldest daughter went for 35 hours per week, so it's like not that many, not that much, but like it was okay. And now the second daughter is going in, and basically it went from 35 hours to 45 hours. And how they do it is like they take the youngest child you have, and you have, and depending on that, you have to pay a certain amount. And the younger kids are more expensive if you send them to kindergarten than the older ones. So like next year, my oldest one is gonna be 4 years old, then you don't need to pay at all.
What are you doing?
How did you catch up with me? So then it will be basically free for kindergarten, even for us. But basically that way, now that the youngest one is going to kindergarten and she's going for more hours, we have to pay a lot more. So before it was like, why is my numpad off? So before it was like 280 euros, and now it's 500. A wizard class. Yeah. So yeah, if you earn money, like as I said, it makes totally sense, and I'm not like angry about it. It's just, holy shit, that's a lot of money. And yeah, now that we are in that other group, we have to pay quite a lot.
Watch for lambs.
And I just got that letter, and it's like, oh yeah, give us 500 euros, and now, oh yeah, by the way, now every month you have to pay 500 instead of 300. I'm like, yay, more costs, lovely. Also, work was, like as I said, like I'm now out of a current job, so next job is gonna start in January, so I'm not too worried about that. And even though I'm getting less money from the new position, it's gonna be roughly the same, like 200 or 300 euros less per income, which kind of sucks. But at this point, I'm just happy that I get out of that nightmare and the shit show that is happening. Because we had today another update, and I talked with some other colleagues, and it's looking very grim right now, and I'm just happy that I'm getting out of there. And also, like, nobody knows what's gonna happen in January when the big change is happening, so it's like, it's such a mess. I still can't believe how it went from one of the best working places and projects I've ever worked in as a web developer to one of the worst. And that just in 2 months. I went to private school, you had to pay 100 for it during holidays, but luckily they only changed the price in America, so people who would go that school 4 years later ended up with more. I see. I think the news are going to be better just based on the stories you said from your old job. Yeah, I mean, I really hope so. It sounds very positive, the cool guys are cool. I'm just a bit worried because, I mean, I've done a lot of product development right now. So we had pipelines, we had tests, end-to-end tests, unit tests were a must. If you didn't write your unit test, you get kicked in the face. And I really like that. And also everything was up to date, every package and whatnot. And now it's like client-based again, so it's like literally, oh, it just needs to work, no unit test, no end-to-end test, nothing, just make the client happy. And
carry on, agent.
that is like worrying me a tiny bit. On the other hand, it's also not too bad because like literally once the project is done, you just go to the next one. So if you're getting into a shitty project, it doesn't matter. No much. Hey, Luck. What's up? How are you doing? Also, hey, Build. I mean, hi myself. Well, at least you're out of the job. Yeah, definitely. Also, your soul. I mean, drink cocoa. ¿Cómo estás? Oh, sorry, wrong language. Как дела? Все нормально? Hey, buddies. Had to get a new job because the company wasn't financial issues. They were fighting to not have fire people. Sadly, they were needed to do that. Somehow, the company's alive. Luckily, everything's going good again. We are welcome to work there again. I see. Yeah, that sucks. I mean, it's gonna be the same issue because like our company is having a bigger change, and then they literally announced like, yeah, 50 to 70% will not be here anymore starting next year. And we didn't give you any criteria, so roll dice. And I'm like, nope, not gonna do that. But at the same time, while we roll the dice, they also want us to maintain everything until the end of the year, so it's like, yay. Also do more new stuff, and I'm like, are you even thinking straight? I mean, no, they're not, but like, from a business perspective, I understand why they're doing it, but the way they're doing it and how they communicate it and what they're doing at the same time with other things is just like ridiculous. Just pissing me off, but that's whatever. Just tired. Stop being tired. I am so tired. That's literally what my daughter's saying now every time when she wakes up. I am so tired. Also, oh wait, I'm also not very happy with my current job. So I'm gonna be talking about the new next week. Oh, good luck with that, luck. Good luck with that. It's not an American circumstances, yeah.
You're entering a hella-based terminal
Also, it's so
private section
like what I
of
wanted to
LaGuardia.
say. I'm just
Veer
let
to
you
the
go.
east. You should be able to take the elevator.
I don't know. I mean, yes, they cannot let you go, but the thing is, they will give you the whatever it's called in English. So you have to get the money they offer you for quitting them. And they already announced it. And even though we have that other group thingy, whatever it's called in German, in English, I don't know. Working council? Yeah, working council. They even said they cannot do it, but they're gonna enforce it one way or the other because they cannot finance us anymore. And as said, there will be new contracts and whatsoever, so they will find a loophole. That is a problem. I'm here to jinx her on like last time. Zero God, please. Why are you doing this? There's no problem when also doing
This
stuff
is
for
the
you.
terminal at LaGuardia.
It's still
owned by
capitalism,
Ivan
Paul.
Ivanovich Lebedev. We're certain based on what you've decided.
Yeah, but I said, it doesn't matter. I'm out.
Your
I don't care.
orders are to locate and kill
Others
him.
are like, oh yeah,
We're sending you a
whatever.
map of the Earth.
I'll be taken care of and whatnot. I'm like, I'm not gonna play that gamble. I have kids,
Relax, JC.
I have apartment, I have to
Told the
pay off,
troops to
and
stand down.
so I'm like, nope, I'm out. But yeah, what I wanted to say, like, interesting fun facts about my kids. So, one is a night owl, wants to not go to bed at night, and the other one is the early bird. It is very fascinating to see that. Like, I don't know how that happened. I mean, just happened. But it's like every evening, the oldest one doesn't want to go to bed and is super active, wants to talk, wants to play and whatnot. And then the youngest one wakes up like before 7, comes over and is super happy, wants to do stuff and this and that.
Let's go.
It's just so fascinating to see like both of them. So one is grumpy in the evening and the other one is grumpy in the morning. It's like, okay, cool. Like, there is no break. Fun with my eyes because I couldn't read that. Brr. No. By yourself. Line. I could have
Vanderlei
done that
wants to
later
see
on.
you. You know the drill.
Of course, information security, I had to work on the project with network attacks in my own network, employing my ISP was suspicious. Also, no, because the next day randomly I would play from ISP ring at my door and ask me questions.
Good.
You got no break. You never have breaks with kids, not even if it's only one. Yeah, that is true. That is true.
So long, Agent.
So long, agent. You know, what I find so interesting, like I don't know how it's for others, but what I realize, like when I'm going or when the kids are at home and they play on their own, I'm always worried, or I have to be worried because they either start fighting or they're destroying stuff, or they suddenly spill everything, and then you need to run after them and clean and fix it. But when we're at my parents' place, no problem. They play on their own, they have all the toys there, and everything's fine. And I'm like, what is this? Why is it at home that they're doing chaos, fighting, constantly fighting, and like some shit is always going on. But at my parents' place, when it's the same situation, nothing's happening. Everything's cool. And I'm like, I could do my work right now, but I'm not home. And when I'm at home and I'm doing something, like either creative work or like Discord stuff or whatsoever, I cannot do it because they're fighting and then I have to constantly look what is going on. It's like, Jesus Christ. Why are you doing this? Me busy. Me want work. I'm German after all. No, I mean, it's not, it's fine, but it's just like... ugh. Just such a interesting observation.
Everybody
See that
sweat.
the signal is being transmitted. but the
PvP
satellite is not
disabled
receiving it.
area
You
IRL.
need to be sure all the
Jesus
dishes are
Christ,
aligned.
okay. That is a good one.
We have movement here, sir.
No PvP at Oma's place. Otherwise Oma's gonna join the battle. And I can already imagine my mom going there with a slipper or with a belt, like, oh hey, time, like you hear the boss sound and the health bar appear, like, oh shit.
Your buddy. Good.
Hey. Alright, let's see. Prison. That didn't work. Because no rotation. There you go. Lube hour. I like that one. Coming in like with a fake accent. Can anyone provide me with decent challenge? Oh no, kaboom. I can totally imagine that. Oh shit.
Heads up, JC. Your brother Paul is on his way to...
Oh yeah. Unit ready. Yeah, I can't hear it. That sucks. Man. I thought we fixed it and now it's broken again. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, this week I will be streaming a bit more. I have some time, no events happening. But next week on Tuesday I will be gone and Hackathon will start on Thursday. So on Wednesday I'll be already in Cologne. There will be a Speedruns DE event in Cologne where I'm gonna help out, and then on Thursday we do our hack stuff. So I'm looking forward to that. Heck hell yeah, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. My mom sends her best. Oh yeah, hey, greet her for me. It's been a while. Does she even remember? Yeah, she does. That. Oh, very cool. I feel honored.
Heads up, JC. Your brother Paul is on his way to meet...
Also, was it Sunday? Yeah, Sunday was a fun day. So on Saturday, as I said, I was at the Polaris convention. So because I had to drive to Hamburg, which is like 3 hours away from my place, I woke up at like 5:40, drove over, arrived around 9 o'clock, and then had my was there the entire day. Like it was kind of cool because as I said, I went there at 10 o'clock. My run was there. I did my run. I was talking and hanging out with the other speedrunners and the guys who made the booth. Pretty cool guys. They also are game developers, so I wanted to check out their game because they said it's like what is it called? Like the Beaver Bad Fur Day. But was it that? Man, I forgot the title. But yeah, it's like that game. So I was like, oh yeah, that sounds cool. And then I was running around, and then I saw a friend of mine who is like a movie regisseur. He was like at one of the booths, and I was greeting him, and then he was like, oh yeah, I'm spontaneously here, didn't plan anything, you want to hang out and go around? I'm like, yeah, sure. So we just hang out and went everywhere together. Conker's Fat Fur Day? Something like that. Also, you'll die forever? What's up? Conker's Fat Fur Day. Yeah, that is what it's called. Fat Fur Day. Yeah, that is the one. I never asked for this. Yo, what's up, guys? What's up? Wololo. We should free them. No bargaining. Yeah, we need to do some Age of Empires once again. Maybe next month. Then it will be less stressful, especially with Hack happening next week. And I mean, it will be already in 2 weeks. The next month. But yeah, anyways, like, it was really cool. So I was there the entire event, like the entire convention, like because they closed it at 8 in the evening. Then I drove back 3 hours, and then I was home like around 23:20, I think, with some traffic. And then I went to bed straight. I was so exhausted because not enough sleep, and then driving 3 hours back and forth. So I was like, oh yeah, that was a bit exhausting. And then on Sunday, after 9 hours of sleep, I woke up at 9. It was like that was like the craziest feeling I had in a while. I felt like really energetic after 9 hours of sleep, and I was like, wow, this feels good. and I wanted to do some video recording with my little brother. So I was like, yeah, hey, I'm gonna go to the hall. Let's do the recording. And he's like, yeah, sure. So we did like 3 hours of recording for the Wushu video. Like I recently uploaded it, and because I felt so enthusiastic and I was so energetic after the sleep, after training and doing the recording, I was like, yeah, okay, let me start editing the video like at 11 o'clock in the evening. I was like, yeah, I'll do a bit and then go to bed. And then I started editing. I had some issues here and there, tried to fix it, tried to get further. My wife came to me and was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go and head to bed. I'm like, okay, sure, I will join soon. And the next moment I looked at the clock, it was 3 in the morning, 2 in the morning. I was like, oh crap. I was editing the video for 3 hours and I didn't realize it because I was so in the zone. And well, it was really cool. I really liked that day. That was so cool. Like I managed to do the recording on one, like all the video recording on one day, which took us like around 3 hours. Then all the video editing in one day, which took me another 3 hours. So I managed to do everything on one day, and I felt so great. And it turned out okay. I think it's okay. Like I feel like I could have done things better, but my knowledge of video editing is not high enough at this point. I still need to figure out things more in depth. Video editing always takes forever, yeah, and it's just a 2-minute video. Like, I mean, it's a sports video, and I had some cool ideas in my head, and I wanted to try and use them, and they worked. But the worst was like trying to get the video sequence with the beat of the sound, because stupid me didn't know that I can like literally just look at the audio spectrometer. I think that is what's called in English. I'm not sure. I'm using the. I just know the German term, and I just try to throw it into English. But I didn't know that I can look into that because it was minimized on my video editor, and only after I realized that I can look at it, I could do the proper sound cut. Because I tried to do it by ear, and I was going insane, thinking like, how can why is this not working? This can't be the solution I'm doing. And then I realized, like, yep, there's a better solution when I started doing that. Dude, what is this? Time is optional when my ADHD medicine kicks in. I always feel unfair in university and work. What do you mean? Time is optional? I don't understand. But yeah, it was so much fun to do that video. Not only the recording, but also the editing. And I feel like I want to do this more often, and I need to get some proper camera equipment and recording equipment. Because right now I'm using my phone, which is great. It has 60 FPS and 1080p and whatnot, which is fine. But I would like to get like a tiny bit of higher quality. I mean, in the end, I could use my Sony camcorder, which I'm using as a better webcam. It feels a bit wasteful. I could also do that. In diesem Blockbuster-Klassiker, Bruder. Nice Google Translate. I like that one. I'm unfortunately too old as the other guy at training sat today, and my brother, so I cannot get word record anymore, I'm sorry. The effect holds up to 14 hours, and because of how energized and focused I can be, I really easily get into a concentration zone where I don't check the time as usually does. Okay, because you get into that focus mode, I see. Yeah, normally, I mean, for me, it's like, I need to switch tasks very quickly, especially with kids. You cannot go into focus mode at all. Or, I mean, you can, but like, you need to always pay attention to other things. So, it works fine for me, but when there's no distraction and I can just sit there and do my task, and I'm like having this idea pop up, and nobody's interrupting me, when I'm just in the zone, and it feels so great. I have that also with programming. When I get into that zone and I'm just fixing the bugs, like everything coming to me is annoying me. Yeah. Why does everyone have Adrian and I rule to depress as a life? Jesus Christ. I don't have any. I think that is I don't know, is that good or bad? And I never, honestly, I have no idea what ADHD is in detail. I just heard from it.
Let's go.
And I just know that it's hard to focus, or you get distracted easily, something like that. And then depression is also like a field I have absolutely no experience in, and have barely any knowledge. I just know so many people have it, and I have no idea how it is and how I can help. Besides, like being there and listening.
Dropping you in Battery
So
Park.
it's like
We know the NSF were moving material
so tough
through
for me.
here at one point. Seems like a good place to start
Well,
looking.
did it convey what I wanted to say at all? I don't know. What do you wanted to say? It said like, go get the worker of this classic brava broody. Also,
After the quakes, the
you
whole
always in
district
German you
down
say
here.
broody.
Junkies,
Yeah.
runaways.
If you want to say brava, like it's a slang. Yeah, essentially, what?
The panel's
Yeah, it is basically that. Just that it used some fancy German words, and then bro became Bruder, which is like the proper word, but it would, like, booty would have been the more slangy version. Oh, come on, what? Oh. Why no clipping?
Uh-oh.
Oh. Ah,
Wait. They found us.
no. Broody is love, yeah. Autism and anxiety, Jesus. Oh. My doctor back then wanted to give me Ritalin already during kindergarten, but
up,
my
JC.
father
Your brother
denied.
Paul is
I
on his way
had no issue over the years, but nervous colitis was got worse, and now I just had to finally get the diagnosis medicine. I knew that I had in kindergarten. Interesting. I didn't know that it can be in early stages. I thought it happens during puberty or when you're growing older. I mean, you're technically growing older in kindergarten, but I didn't know that it's a thing for children as well, or from the start. I said, I have no idea. I need to look it up to have a proper understanding, because I never did. I just know that people have it, and then I'm like respectful and say, okay, totally fine. But I actually don't know what it means or what you need to pay attention to in that regard. A little icky about word pro, I mean. Broody. I never use it, honestly. I never use that word, but I find it so funny to use it like in context with friends or like as a joke.
Come on in.
You know, when Kropax, who's a Danish guy, always saying like, you broody, was geht? It's... I don't know, it makes me laugh, and I find it hilarious.
His secretary, Janice Reed, has your login and password. Before the brief,
General Car That was a close one up there.
That was a close one, yeah. Yeah, I'll see it. Tomorrow? JKA or more Deus Ex? I don't know. I need to do both, is the thing. Yeah, that is the point, Lucky. Like, I use it the same way, because it sounds so funny and so silly that I like to use it only as a slang and as a joke when friends of mine are around. When I call them Broody, was good. You know, it's so stupid, but I find it hilarious. So.
Wish I was going with you.
Lederhosenpanzer. Oh yeah. Lederpanzer. That's a good one. Do I still have the emote? I don't think so. I mean, I still have it, but I had to disable it on FrankerFaceC because I used all of my slots. I need to either use better Twitch TV or the 7TV thing and just upload everything once again, because there is no limit. I think it was back then also like only a limit thing for FrankerFaceC because, well, not a lot of people used it, and they also used the subscription donation part. I'm not sure if that's still a thing. Rip Lederhosen. As I said, I still have all the emotes and all the icons. Just need to upload it to a new provider. I said there's so many new things. There is like a 100 on FFC, I think. Yeah, see, I didn't even know that. Used to be 50. Yeah, because I had 50, I used it as a limit. And I know better Twitch TV and also 7TV app, whatever it's called, they have no limit, so you can literally add as many as you want. By the way, take a look into that. I added some emotes, or if you have some funny emotes, you can send them to me and I can take a look if I want to add them or not. Literally never check the emote game at this point anymore. Like at the start, because I like the idea of it. I'm checking all the emotes every day. Like if there were some new funny or cool ones, just to add them to chat. And now I literally rarely look into it. Iconium. Didn't work? Or did my app not work? I thought people that some people who have agent can also have traits of
We're getting reports of a hostage situation in the Ton Hotel, which is at the southeast corner of the block. When you stayed with Paul, did you meet Mr. Renton and his daughter Sandra? We think at least one of them is still inside.
Oh, good. Oh wait, no, I don't have that emote. You were just posting it in. Okay, now I don't. Do I really want to know that emote or not? It took me a while to realize it. Because I have the Restream IO chat here.
I'm picking up sonic
Thought it
transducer
couldn't
activity.
display it. Or
I'm
it
sending
displayed
you a
it, but
satellite image
now I
that
checked
should help
which
you
one.
plan your approach.
Doop, doop, doop. Doop, 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 doop. What? Что? I pressed 6 and it threw the grenade. Rip rat. No, don't go.
Look for the building with the antennas.
Okay, first row done. Second row done. Okay. Oh man, and the third one I failed. Sad. Whatever. Ah, Gunter is burning people. Lovely.
Welcome back. Your mission was a success. Just about the only bright side of the operation, unfortunately. Report to Manderley for a briefing.
Yeah, I need to clone or dupe the candy bar when I'm going through the
Manderley said
small
he's busy,
hole,
but to
then
wait
it's
outside
easier.
his office.
I learned a new word for combining drugs. Crossfading. Isn't that like a
Lost
video
a buddy of ours in the
editing
park in Hell's
effect
Kitchen.
as well?
Mr. Mc...
Guess there wasn't much you could do.
Just fire the arrogant
I
son
am
of a bitch.
crossfaded. So if you say that I'm crossfaded, it means you basically
Don't
took
listen to what they're
different
saying about the
drugs,
shootout in the
right?
park.
Like at the same time, right? And also,
Agent Navarro was
yeah,
great.
so you basically have different,
Carry on, Agent.
two different substances at the same time.
I cannot wait forever.
Yes, sir.
The English one sounds interesting. The German one sounds lame. But that's German. Что? In front of her
Hope this one
phrase.
turns out a little
Maybe 7TV should reduce the maximum limit of character for remote. Approaching the
Your
screen
chopper's
while
ready, Agent.
You may use
she
the helicopter,
wiggles
Mr.
left and right and has
Let's go.
hands in front of her face. Crossfading is from audio processing. I'm pretty sure I heard it or I saw it in video editing too, where you just use like a transition zone, transition effect. But maybe I'm mistaking it with the audio one. But yeah,
Dropping you in
it
Battery
sounds
Park.
familiar.
We know the NSF
I was going to
moved
Finland for 2
material
months
through
where
here
we
at
went
one
to Estonia
point.
also for
Seems
the
like a good
ferry.
place to
Oh
start.
yeah, we did the ferry cruise trip back then too with my wife. So we went and started in Stockholm. Like we took the bus to Stockholm. Then we took the ferry there to Tallinn. From Tallinn to St. Petersburg, from St. Petersburg to Helsinki, from Helsinki
After
back
the
to
quakes, the
Stockholm, and
home
then
was
with the bus
drifted
back
down
to
here.
Germany.
Junkies,
That's very
runaways,
cool.
grifters.
Like saw
There's a
all the
DSS
4
file.
cities. Met Omega and Mumrik back then in Stockholm and also in
The panel's
Helsinki.
secured.
Spent the days with them there.
Booby
It was really
traps.
cool.
They found us. Huh?
Scary.
Uh-oh.
Huh? Man, clips are neutral. Some more Germans. Damn Germans.
These sewage tunnels look like they come out somewhere by the air.
Stop. What's that thing? We were in St. Petersburg? In 2016. So, in 2016. Long time ago. Before nations lived in peace and harmony. Oh man. I should have focused maybe. Okay. Went to shit before my energy was drained. Only the speedrunner, master of time and space, could save them all. But when no one needed him most, he reset it. God, everything changed for fun. God, okay. No, but yeah, that was in 2016. Also, dude, if I was in Moscow again, or in Russia, or anywhere nearby, I would have told you, right?
Heads up, JC. Your brother Paul is on his way.
Dude, I can't jump. Like, just going back into the Korean barbecue, or some Russian special cuisine. And azd.
Heads up, JC.
What is azd?
Your brother Paul is on his way.
What is that supposed to mean? An ass, okay. Yeah, that makes more sense.
NSF everywhere, JC. Your orders are to shoot on sight. A UNATCO informant on the North Dock can get you inside the
Yeah, also I still need to
Look for a
see
bomb.
when I can
Identify yourself
send
with
you the
phrase,
box.
iron,
Like I
and copper.
talked with my aunt, and she said like she's sending stuff to Russia to
If you wanna make
some
a
other
covert
relatives
approach,
and
remember the
had
Academy
no
stone.
issues with sending
Stand
stuff,
in their
clothes,
field of view,
food,
walk
whatsoever.
slowly to stay quiet, and crouch
So
behind
she
cover.
said like, yeah, if I
Or
want
if
to
you
do
have to
that,
get
I
your
can
hands
do it
dirty,
again. So
remember that
yeah,
a
need to
headshot
check.
is a
I told you
lethal
that
takedown.
before. Just need to get the time and find a post office. Because the two ones we had here both closed. So I need to go to a different location. Either go into the city center with a box and then clarify stuff.
Heads up, JC. Your brother Paul is on his way to...
Should be fine, but then don't worry too much about it. Yeah, I mean, you're looking for your boxes for a while, and there's...
NSF
I want
everywhere,
to
JC.
clean up the
Your
basement
orders
a
are
bit
to
here and
shoot
there.
on
I
sight.
mean,
A
good
UNATCO
job,
informant
yeah,
on the North Dock can
that
get
is
you
fine.
inside the statue. Look for a bum. Identify yourself with the phrase,
Don't
iron,
touch
and copper.
GTA 5 again. Why do you need to downpatch it? But yeah, I said, like, it's not a problem.
If you wanna
Like,
make
if
a
I have time
covert
here and
approach,
there,
remember the
because we're going
Academy
to the
stone.
city for other
Stand in
purposes
their field
anyways,
of
I can
view,
just
walk slowly
take
to stay quiet, and
take
crouch
care of it
behind
as well.
cover.
Just need to look at the pinned message with your address and whatnot. And then send you stuff. Because like I cleaned up the basement, I got some more shelves, so now I have even more space, so it doesn't bother me as much. Because before they were standing there, everything clogging. Yeah,
NSF everywhere, JC.
that
Your
is such
orders
a
are to
good
shoot
emote, I like
on
that.
sight. A UNATCO informant on the North Dock can get you inside
I
the
still like
statue.
Ich schlafe.
Look for a bum. Identify
Nice
yourself
out
with
of
the
bounds
phrase,
box.
iron, and...
Yes, this feels like a Deus Ex
Heads
stream
up,
now,
JC.
but I
Your brother Paul
reset
is
the
on his
first
way.
time. There you go, 50 on second one. Been a while.
Oh,
I mean,
I get the... I'm going...
couldn't jump and then... Yeah, don't worry, Soul, or Cocoa. I'll send you one by one, not all at once. We'll send you the first box you wanted,
Heads
then
up,
you can
JC.
check if
Your
everything's
brother Paul
cool.
is on his way.
If that's cool, then I'll send you the next box, and so on. Send me to Gulag. Yeah, I can already imagine them knocking you out.
NSF everywhere, JC. Your orders are to shoot on sight. A UNATCO informant on the North Dock can get you inside the statue.
Oh god, that was...
Look for a bum. Identify yourself with the phrase, iron, and copper. make a covert approach, remember the Academy's stealth course. Stay out of their field of view, walk slowly to stay quiet, and crouch behind cover. Or if you have to get your hands dirty, remember that a headshot is a lethal takedown.
Alright. We in there.
Check in with Manderley on level 2.
Still lost time. I mean, yeah, I didn't grab the box.
Come on in. The retinal scanner can read blood
Iron
vessel patterns right through your
Couple
sunburns.
trace, yeah. Into Gulag with you.
Remember that Mr. Manderley wants to see you. Level 2.
Oh.
His secretary, Janice Reed, has your login and password. Before the brief...
General Car.
Lorpo. What is that? I said, you can send me some links and I'll decide if I want to add them or not.
Hey, you look like the...
One night, damn it.
That was a close one up there.
I still got the Russian, like, around instance. Stuff that started 2 years ago. I was like, well, better not start thinking it on my Windows. Yeah, you should be careful with that. Like, I mean, it's been a while now, and then people calmed down, so it's better. But I know, like, the neighbor's kid, like, at my parents' place, because, well, they're like German Russians, so they have a Russian accent, and the boy just got beaten up because he has a Russian accent. It's like, first of all, dude, how do you even differentiate between Ukrainian and Russian? It makes no sense because, oh, guess what? Like, the tongues and the sounds are very similar. So you wouldn't even know if you're not a native speaker or if you have any idea which language they're talking. And then the second is like, this is just stupid as fuck. Like, why would you beat up a kid? What does the kid have to do with war and politics? It makes no sense. It pissed me off. Like, the boys got found and then they got, yeah, dealt with. But, dude, this is so stupid.
Let's head out.
As a manager on 7TV, oh boy. The question is, do I want to? Sweet. Yeah. Yeah, exactly that, Sui. Like, if you, like, because you're also Polish, so you know and hear the difference. So you know if it's Russian or if it's Ukrainian. But if you're talking in German and you just have a bit of an accent, like that, like, I make it in English, but it's the same like if you do it in German. Like, how would you even know which language they are talking? Like, it wouldn't matter, like, if it's Ukrainian or Russian, because it sounds the same in German if someone is speaking. You don't even know from which country they are. Yeah, that is the next thing. It's a child. It is a child going to elementary school in 4th class back then. But, dude, it makes no sense.
We're getting reports of a hostage situation in a Ton Hotel, which
Fake
is in the
Russian
southeast
accent.
corner of the block. When you stayed with Paul, did you meet Mr. Renton and his daughter Sandra? We think at least one of them is still inside.
Had a good talk about... Yeah, I don't even know the difference. I mean, then again, I'm not a native Russian speaker. I just learned it, and it kind of sounds similar, but I know that the words are different, so it's like, I have the sounds in the game, don't worry. Just normal day in the office.
Watch for lambs. I'm picking up sonic transducer
Well,
activity.
yeah. I mean, I'm learning Russian with Duolingo for like 2 years now. And I'm honestly surprised because I never really talk. Like, I only do the exercises, which are already weird on its own. And then I go into the Russian restream with 2 years of only practicing Duolingo Russian. And it kinda worked. I mean, I had to look up some words. Like, I had no idea what crossbow meant in Russian. Arbalist, I think? I forgot it already. So I looked it up and like some other words. And I was actually surprised how much I could communicate with that little Russian I had. And like Tsura was even surprised. He said like, hey, yeah, like it was very basic and not everything was correctly said, but like, hey, literally you could understand the glitches and stuff I explained. I was like, hell yeah, that is really cool. Yeah.
Found us.
I didn't do the first jump because, I don't know. Apparently if you're Polish sounds way more familiar than normal Russian. There is so many words in there that are identical, way more than Russian. Interesting. Yeah, I mean,
Welcome back.
Polish
Your
sounds
mission
kind of
was a
funny,
success.
but then
Just
again,
about the
Dutch
only bright
also
side of
sounds
the
funny.
operation, unfortunately.
Because like
Ford's
every
men
time
delivered
when
briefing.
a friend of mine is coming over, or his the father, when he was helping me out with the bathroom and whatever, he's like "Shnush, shnush, shnush, shnush." It's like always shnush, shnush. So, and it always gills me up.
Lost a buddy of ours in the
Oh,
Mr. Mayor,
Just
took video
fire
of you
the
talking
arrogant
Russian
son
for
of a
first time.
bitch.
Yes, she still has that, and she sent it to me. And I still need to take a look because she wanted to send it to my mother because she never, like, in all those years I've practiced Russian. I never talk with anyone in Russian, and then she just records me doing it during the Russian marathon. She's like, I sent it to your mom, and I'm like, oh please don't do that, because I felt so
I
embarrassed.
cannot
Like I was
wait
like,
forever.
did I
He will
fail
see
this?
you when he's ready.
As long as you're not afraid to be a little silly about it, you can communicate most everywhere with minimal language. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Kamlozo, what does that say? Yeah, I'm totally fine with that, and I was totally fine making myself out of a fool. Like, I think the best part of the marathon was I didn't know what damage or destroy mean in Russian, and I forgot to look it up. So I'm in the ship part, you know, where you need to destroy the vault. And then I'm sitting there
Heads up, JC. Your
trying
brother
to
Paul
say
is
it, and
on his way to-
I'm just like, ну и теперь мне это капут. So I'm just saying like, oh yeah, now we need to kaput this, and everyone in chat start laughing. The sewer starts laughing, like the other host starts laughing, and we're like, okay, yeah, we got that, don't worry about it. And I'm like, I totally forgot the word, but
Identify yourself with the
they
phrase,
understood the
iron
word
and
because it's
copper.
apparently like a Russian meme, and it was so good. It made my day, and everyone laughed, and we were like, yeah, this was a highlight. And I was like, perfect, because I actually forgot the word, and I forgot to look it up, and they're like, yep, understood the word. A bad Danish meme that Norwegians made, I see. Paula's pretty good with Spanish. I know like 6 phrases. I can communicate most of the time. That's pretty cool. Yeah. As the thing is, like, if you learn a language, you shouldn't be afraid to do it. Unless you have a native speaker around you and makes fun of you. Which I had when I was trying to learn a bit of Chinese, and my wife is just, you know, I'm trying to learn the pronunciation,
General Car.
and I have no idea what I'm doing. So I'm just practicing with Duolingo, and then I just hear my wife laughing from the other room because she said it sounds funny, and it's wrong. And I'm like, oh, well, thanks, I guess. But like,
That was a close one up there.
I don't mind talking with others in Russian just to practice, but hell, I would never talk Russian with my mom. Like, I can just imagine if she hears me talking Russian, she would either laugh at me or slap me. I don't know why. That's not super helpful, yeah. I mean, I know, like, I'm still practicing, but it's like,
Wish I was going with you.
if you're not self-confident, it might destroy you. And I'm just like sitting there, I'm like, yeah, thank you. I'm sorry that I didn't grow up learning Chinese stuff. Only German. Scheiße. So, but like, I'm not afraid to just make a fool out of myself. Especially when I'm talking with those languages. And I think the Russian restream, or the Russian marathon run, was like a good, like, actually proved to me that all the exercising I'm doing daily, with all, even if it's just basic, or even if the Duolingo stuff makes no sense, like why do I need to learn in Russian that a horse is not an architect or an artist? Like that sentence makes no sense. But that I'm practicing this shit every day helped me to basically talk for the first time in front of an audience, and it worked, and I was very surprised and very happy with that. The tram stations in Finland also, I don't know why, but when I say thank you very often said in English to my mom, and when they saw me they just switched to Finnish even though I was just also speaking English. You are helping your younger brother's English homework? Oh yeah, that sounds familiar. I did the same with my brother. because he was struggling with English. So I just did the exercise with him and told him like, yeah, tell me something with all the basic stuff. What did you do today? But it didn't really work because his vocab was so bad he couldn't even say a proper sentence. So we needed to start differently. Talking about accents, I recently spoke with Jen. She was speaking Latvian. I love accent, all small grammar errors. Yeah, that is really cool. It makes it unique. It makes it personal. It becomes a weird thing if you say something wrong accidentally, like a slur or an insult or in wrong grammar. Like I know my wife was laughing once during training. And I was wondering like why she was laughing, so I asked her like, hey, why are you laughing? And then she said like, yeah, because in Chinese you have shifu, which is like master. And apparently one of the kids, or most of the kids, mispronounced it. And then it mean the way it sounded was wife. So they were saying like, instead of coach, like, oh yeah, wife. And she started laughing. And I was like, oh, okay, I didn't even know that. But Chinese is like super picky about that. Like, it's the same, like you can either say mother, horse, or cat to someone, depending how you pronounce it. And it's all the same word. And I struggle so much with it, it's like, holy crap, I can hear the difference, but I cannot pronounce it at all. And then my wife is like, oh, you need to say it like this, and I'm like, she's doing like some signs in the air with her finger, and I'm like, dude, what is that even supposed to mean? I have no idea. I wonder how horrible my German accent would be. Like my mother's, don't worry. If my mom would hear that, she would slap me. Yeah, so Splitter's made to him. He said, "Oos." Oh, I see. Paul yelled from the other room, wrong. I mean, kind of funny, but yeah, not cool for him, I guess. Damn, shots fired.
The power just died at the NSF headquarters.
What do you mean? Either sir, so it can have two meanings. Either your German pronunciation would be awesome, or it would be very thick accent which would make it hilarious. Okay. Shots fired. Yeah, I know, CRPO. I totally get that. Because like the grammar makes no sense from how it was explained. You just literally pronounce it and then people know what you mean. Like if you say like, if you want to say like I am eating, you just say it once, and if you say it a bit differently, it means you were eating in the morning or in the evening or whatsoever. Alright, so have a good night. See ya, man. So when I hear that, I was like, okay, how do you differentiate it? And they're like, oh yeah, just understand the context. I'm like, okay, sure, I guess.
Agent?
Mr. Mayor.
That was quick. Well, okay,
Just
TTA.
fire the
Extra
arrogant
speed.
son of a bitch.
In English, nice. Now, Europe, what's up?
They
How are you
told us
doing?
to hang
Thanks for
tight.
good luck. How you
Objectives
doing, man?
remain, apparently.
Boop.
They've got some kind of
I'll
special.
just scream like a certain German.
Carry on, Agent.
Schmetterling. Die Wäsche.
I cannot wait
Das
forever.
Auto.
Yes, sir.
Marmeladenbrot. Flugzeug. Oh. Languages. Fun.
Hope this one turns out a little better.
Doing just dandy? That's good to hear. Okay, I go to sleep now.
Your
Sir, you
chopper's
already
ready.
said you're going to sleep. Go to sleep.
Let's go.
Just maybe past Heinke, past me suck. That's how I got the quote. You violated Bürgerfleischregierungsüberwachungsaufgaben Übertragungsgesetz. There's a longer word now.
We're dropping you in Battery Park. We know the
Yeah, it is
NSF
funny.
moved in material
Play
from here at
thing,
one point.
drive
Seems like a
thing,
good place to
fly
start
thing. It's so good. Fire thing. Yeah. I love that. Like, this makes German so good. It's basically Lego. You can combine any word and and in any other language it would make no sense. And in German everyone would immediately understand. You can make a word out of nowhere and people will immediately get it. This is what I love about German. And this is like what I find so sad, because like the only stereotype you know about our language is like, oh yeah, it sounds aggressive. When it doesn't! Like, people are exaggerating it, and now everyone thinks, oh, it's such a aggressive tone. But when you think of the poets and poems, they are not like that at all. Like, nobody is talking and reading like that. But it's just because of that fucking stereotype. It pisses me off sometimes. It's funny, but it pisses me off at the same time.
They found us.
Driving is a better word for car. I mean, wiping is also a great one. Kartoffelsalat. Yeah. Memes just ruin everything. Yeah, to a certain, like, okay, there's the next thing. You ask someone if they're German, and the first thing is like Lederhosen. Like, you know, the thing is, which pisses everyone off as well. If you're not from Bavaria, you don't even wear those fucking shitty pants. Only the Bavarians do that, and only do it for Oktoberfest. Okay, enough friends. Never. Yeah, that is what I mean. Like, if you look at old poems, if you look at old writings, or if you just read stuff out normally, it sounds fine. It sounds very... I don't even know how to describe it, because I don't know the word for it. But basically, it sounds nice. It has a certain swing. You can go higher and lower and whatsoever. And you can say so many different things in German thanks to how you can just connect and use words. It's kind of like how like Shakespearean English is different to normal English, and you can add that in any way in German, and you can use different past tenses and whatsoever by adding things. This is what makes it great, but like you don't know about it, but it also is a headache if you think about that. Like, the only reason I know about that is because a friend of mine, when he was listening to how I'm talking in English, in German, he said like I'm using a certain tense all the time, and normally people don't use that nowadays. And he said like it makes it like sound even nicer because this is like an old form of talking. And I didn't even know about it. I'm just talking like that because I learned it like that and I liked it. And then he's suddenly coming in and it's like, dude, this is like such a poetic way, which they used like in 1940, he said, or something, because he's a historian, so he knew about that. And I was like, sure, I guess. Like he's out here talking like back in my days, we said it like this. Scheiße. Arabic on the other hand. Yeah, I have like, I don't know, if I hear Arabic, it sounds like they're using the same word one after another, and I'm like, I have absolutely no idea what they're trying to say, because every word sounds the same, just with like longer or stretched pauses, basically. But then again, I don't know the language and I've never learned it, so yeah. But yeah. But hey, don't worry, soon we'll have AI talking for us, right? Like, I kind of like the idea, but on the other hand, like, I mean, you still can learn the language, it doesn't matter. But I find it interesting. But then again, you cannot translate everything through an app or what, so.
Remember that Mr.
Accent translate can be quite monotone.
Level 2. His secretary, Janice Reed, has your
it is very
login and
direct.
password.
I don't really know. Is it? Like,
For the briefing, you've got to go to
what do you
level
mean with direct? Now I'm curious. I only know like a friend of mine, like, or two friends of mine, like one who's Korean and one who's the husband of a Korean wife. They talked about Korean and the language, and they said like, even though in German we have like a lot of articles, is it like, yeah, irregular and regular articles? In Korean you have something which is also not similar, but like also worse, as he said, and she also said you need to always pay attention to it. It's like the word, the respect form. Like, if you have someone older, you need to use certain words and certain tone. If you have someone younger, you need a different tone. If you have someone on the same level, you have a different tone. If you have a friend, then you have to use a different words. It sounded kind of crazy. I was like, okay, this is like, that sounds even harder than what we have in German. Like, sentence and start is very formulaic. There's like not a lot of exceptions to things. Oh, okay. I've been learning and writing grammar of German is very simple. I see, interesting. Yeah, I've never looked into the Japanese language. I mean, it's also not my interest. Like, for me, it's Chinese. And the pronunciation is already killing me. Like, I have so many... Like, I know some Chinese words now, because, well, daughters are talking and running around with Chinese words. And it's just so funny when they come to me and they mix English, German, and Chinese in one sentence. It's so fun to watch. And it's so interesting because I was not sure if it would work. And it works. Because if they're mostly talking German and English, which is fine and they can understand and also communicate in it, and so like, oh, that's really cool. And when my wife is talking with them in Chinese, they answer in English, but they understood what my wife is saying, but they just cannot express themselves in Chinese. Because that is the language which is like used the least. And it's so interesting to see that.
Someone there?
And then they do the combination. If they don't know one word or the other, they just use the other language we know the word from, and then they... That is what I find fascinating. They use the sentence, they use it in the correct language. So let's say they say it in German, and they don't know the German word, they use the English word, but with the correct grammar. Super cool to watch. But I'm going to this one. Alright, take care, Noriyuki. Have a good night. You're doing the wife. Yeah, correct. Well, we swapped it a bit. We're doing now, still doing the 3 languages, but what we're doing now is like when I'm with my wife, with the kids, we talk in English. When I'm alone with them, I'm also talking in English. When we're alone with my wife, we're talking in Chinese. Because right now, we don't have an issue with German at all. Because we're in kindergarten, at my parents' place, at training, with friends, we always talk German, so they already got German enough. And we had the problem that because me and my wife, when I started working, I was mostly in meetings. I didn't hang out with them, so we were talking more Chinese and German, and then less English. So we said like, okay, I will swap also to English so that they have more. What do you say? But they're more exposed to English as well, and then we don't need to worry about German since we're out here and there with the kids and our friends, so we don't need to worry about it. And then Chinese with wife alone, and it works.
Yes, it's nothing.
I said Chinese is still suffering quite a bit because my wife and my wife's sister are the only one who are talking Chinese with them, and yeah, because the sister is not living with us anymore, it's like only with my wife. But very fascinating. Like, a friend of mine recently asked me how we did that, so I explained them. That is also fascinating. Like, if, for example, if one parent is more, like, spending more time with the kids, because, like, partner is not there, or only back in the evening from work or whatsoever. There's also the other way you can do it, where you don't bind the language to a person, because this is what we basically do. You can also bind it to rooms. I'm not sure how that, like, we didn't try, so I don't know. But apparently what you can do is also assign a room where you talk with a certain language. And that also works. Which sounds very interesting to me, because I still find it just... I'm not sure how well it will work. Because, like, depending where you are spending more time in, let's say you're mostly in the playroom, and you talk German only there, and you're less in the living room, because there's nothing there. How will that work? But apparently it also works, like, as an alternative. If one parent is spending more time with the kids and you wanna teach them all the languages.
I cannot wait forever.
I said I need to find some examples where people do that, but it sounds also interesting and cool. Can I switch languages a bit? Yeah, like what I was also thinking, like if you are in the kids' room and I am in the kitchen, do we just talk the language we are in there, or where the other person starts the conversation? Like I don't know, I didn't check the rules for that. But I found it also interesting that it works, because that, I said, like, it is an alternative if one of the partners has less time to spend to associate them with the language. No yelling from the house. Yeah, this is how I felt. Like you just
Dropping you in Battery
you
Park.
just
We know
scream
the
for it.
NSF removed the material through here.
What I also read from,
Seems like a good
well,
place to start
watched
looking.
from a TED talk was like how a mother was talking in Arabic with the kid, and the kid was responding in Spanish, and they had a complete conversation in a
After the
in a
quakes,
train.
the homeless drifted down
And I found
here.
it so
Junkies,
fascinating, and
runaways.
yeah, it works.
There's
I
a
mean,
DSS file.
I can see that with my daughter, when my wife is talking with her in Chinese and is telling her, and then
panel's secure.
daughter is like upset or annoyed and is answering in English and she doesn't want something. And because of that, I can kind of roughly get the context, and it's really cool and fascinating to observe. Yeah, it's a very interesting and in-depth.
These sewage tunnels look like they come
topic.
out somewhere by the air.
I read so much about it, like, and also talked about it, and I find it just so cool that in some countries it's just normal to grow up with 3 languages. It's just no problem, and the kids just pick it up, and it's not, and this is like what also is annoying. It's not because, oh hey, because you're a kid you can learn languages faster. That is not true. It's been proven wrong many times. It's just, it's the exposure you have. Like there was this one talk which I found, like, where the guy got it on the point, where he said like, oh yeah, I'm learning French like 2 hours a day, and then there's this kid who's 6 years old who can talk fluent in French. Like, what is this? This is so unfair, and I practice every day. And then you're like, ah yeah, because like the kid is not exposed to French like 24/7, right? That is totally not the reason why it's easy for them to talk in French, and even if you're an adult, you can only talk basic stuff in 2 years, or like only as advanced, or you do errors. Like, it's normal. It makes complete sense from that point. Like, the more you're exposed to something, the better you get in
This
that.
is the terminal at
Like, when I was
LaGuardia,
talking
owned
with
by
a friend of
Juan
mine about
Ivanovich
programming,
Lebedev.
where he was
We're
complaining that
serving
he's
based on what
not
you've
getting better as a
discovered
programmer, I was
terrorists.
asking like, okay, well,
Your orders are to
if you're not
locate
getting
and
better,
kill
do you
them.
do
We're
projects? Do you
sending you a
do
med-
stupid stuff, like just handwork, just writing like a field of inputs or
Relax,
whatsoever?
JC.
And he was like,
told the
no,
truth
I
this time.
barely do anything. I just do an hour a day and maybe nothing. And I'm like, yo, there's your reason. You don't need to always have some logic involved. You just need to write it down, like be a type monkey for that moment, just to get the practice and the thinking in. And so creative work is always connected with just starting something, do something small. And at some point you get out of it. If you have, especially, this is like my best recommendation. If you're getting blocked, like saying you don't know what to program, you don't know where to start, open something. Like if it's programming, just open the editor, stare at it. You don't need to have an idea, just stare at it.
Let's go.
And at some point you will have something, because you have it already opened, you have already started the first step. Same with working out. Just start doing exercise. You want to work out, go do squats immediately. Nobody's holding you back. You don't need to go to the gym to just start.
Vanderlee's pleased that you followed orders. He wants to see you.
Yeah, exposure is important, yeah.
Manderley wants to
Wanting
see
to
you.
do and having to do. Yeah, of course, it's a difference if you have to do something. But as said, like, sometimes you just need to have a start. And if you already started, then it will make everything else easier.
Good.
This has been... Yeah, we're switching so many topics. This is just like where I had the thought, because we were talking about languages, and then suddenly the thought about where to start popped up.
We'll miss you, Agent.
Because there was one guy in my chat long time ago, and that just annoyed me, and I was also thinking about that. Every time I started streaming, he was asking, what should he do to start dieting? What should he do to start dieting? And I'm like, dude, just start. Stop eating. Like, not stop eating, but eat lesser. And then he starts like with calories and and I'm like, dude, make it simple. Eat lesser. Every meal, put 2 spoons lesser in. This is how you start. This is how you will go. You don't need to know how to do your protein stuff. You don't need to know how you do your veggie stuff. first of all, start eating lesser, and then once you start it and you get into this process, you can start thinking about like how to prepare your meal better. Like even if you eat more shit, it will be you eat less shit, and then you will start to decrease your weight. And then if you want to eat healthier, you can start with simple meals and whatsoever. But like, it just annoyed me because that person never started. It always talking about it, and I was like, just go with it. Just switch to German to discuss the rest of it, yeah. Napoleon. Can't write man. Revolution. This is the biggest. Oh, Jesus Christ, I even missed out. What? Napoleon Revolution. I can't type. This is so stupid. I'm losing time for this.
I can see that the signal is being transmitted, but the satellite is not receiving it. You need to be
Isn't
sure
always
all...
just one thing stopping you is yourself.
Stand where I can see you.
You need to start somewhere. You are, yeah, this is like one of the problem. If you put yourself, you limit yourself. Nobody's limiting you. Nobody is sitting behind you with a gun saying like, oh, you're not allowed to do that. And with internet, with the access to everything nowadays, it's even simpler. You don't need to procrastinate and start watching, just start. It's the same like when someone is saying like, oh, I want to start exercising, which exercise should I do? Just start doing exercise. God damn it, this round sucks. just start doing any exercise. You don't need to know how to hold the bar. If you feel the muscle, perfect. You're doing the first job. Later on, you can look at techniques or how to improve. Press for go live button. Yeah, it can be simple like that. It's like when people ask how do I get into speedrunning, yeah. That always activates something in me. Dude, how did you start speedrunning? Well, there was no fucking tutorial. Watch and learn, try to copy, and have no idea what you're doing. Good old times. Back in my days, I had no tutorials. Oh, my shoulder hurts. How do I... became do it? GC really said yeah, hey Pixel. If there's a guy sat behind me with a gun saying don't go to the gym. Emma, please. Had to outrun him yesterday. Jesus. To do that, to wait for a perfect moment. There is no perfect moment. Yeah, this is the next thing. You need to make mistakes. There is no, oh, I want to learn it perfectly. No. Dude, have you seen a child learn how to walk perfectly? And waiting for the moment until they can work perfectly because they train for muscles? No, they will fucking drop all the time. And then they try again. Jesus Christ. So stop limiting yourself. Just do it. Alright. Enough of philosophy talk with Planky, I guess. Nonetheless, this was a really cool stream. I enjoyed it. Thank you very much for joining in and having all these sorts of conversation and conversations. I already said that. Made my day. Ich schlafe. Naja, it's time to go ich schlafe. Anyways, thanks for watching. Thanks for joining in. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you had some fun. Hope you had some cool conversations. Let's see. There are a couple of people. Hello, what are you doing? You can legend top. I'll send you to Dan Flash. He's doing Alden Ring speedrun. Yeah, I will see. I plan to stream tomorrow. Maybe Deus Ex, maybe JK. Jedi Knight Academy. We'll see. Regardless, thanks for watching, thanks for joining in, hope you enjoyed it. Have a good night, thanks for the conversation, and gute Reise, gute Besserung.